I advocate the word I've coined, the nutritarian diet. And I'm saying that diseases are not predominantly genetic, that the actual, our genes are shaped by what we eat and also by what our parents eat. But in fact, we can control our health destiny if we eat a diet of nutritional excellence. And I'm suggesting that people don't have to have heart attacks and strokes. They not only don't have to have high blood pressure, they can reverse it. Type 2 diabetes is a reversible condition and preventable. And we can wipe out at least 90% of common cancers. So in other words, I'm saying that nutritional excellence has profound therapeutic and preventative implications to save lives, reduce healthcare costs, and give people an opportunity to a long, happy, healthy life. And I'm suggesting that we have an unprecedented opportunity in human history to live longer and healthier than ever before due to these advances in nutritional science. And the foundational principle of nutritional excellence, what I call a nutritarian diet, involves people memorizing these 5 words. And it's about what you call eating a diet with a high nutrient density, a high nutritional bang per caloric buck. But the 5 words incorporate the most proven methodology to slow aging and extend human lifespan. And I'm saying the dietary portfolio that maximally slows aging and extends human's lifespan is therapeutically effective to reverse diabetes, reverse heart disease, lower blood pressure, get rid of psoriasis, get rid of asthma. It's also therapeutically very effective to doctors as a tool to reverse disease. So these 5 words are moderate caloric, or a diet that has moderate caloric restriction, not extreme caloric restriction, moderate caloric restriction in the context of micronutrient excellence. So we're talking about moderate caloric restriction with micronutrient excellence. Now, I'm suggesting here that when people are in our country is ubiquitously deficient in micronutrients, predominantly because they're not eating enough variety of different vegetables. The Americans only eat 2% of calories from vegetables. So we're talking about the foods that have the most, you could say, full spectrum of anti-cancer phytochemicals and antioxidants are found in vegetables, predominantly green vegetables. Of course, we talk about the full GBOMB, GBOMBS on a nutritarian diet, foods that people should be consuming every day to get the full synergistic variety of these different types of foods, including GBOMBs, greens, bombs, the beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds, like flax seeds, chia seeds, sesame seeds, hemp seeds. In any case, we're talking about a large variety of natural plants. And what I'm saying right now is that if you're eating like most Americans eat, which are a lot of grains and a lot of white flour and oil and animal products and processed foods, which do not contain a significant micronutrient load, and a piece of chicken and a bagel, right? The animal products and processed foods do not contain antioxidants and phytochemicals that humans are so dependent on. So the American diet gives us so many macronutrients, but we're so deficient in micronutrients. And those micronutrient deficiencies lead to a buildup of toxic wastes in the body, particularly free radicals, reactive oxygen species, advanced glycation end products, nitrogenous waste like ammonia and urea and uric acid. And, but never, what I'm saying right now is that it becomes impossible to control your caloric intake and be satisfied with the right amount of calories because these nutritional deficiencies drive food cravings and overeating behavior. So we have 89% of the people in America have a BMI above 23. The American health authorities tell us that 77% of Americans are overweight because they're using a BMI of 25 as the demarcation line between normal weight and overweight people. And I'm saying all along the societies, all along the individuals have BMIs below 23, not below 25. Matter of fact, the ideal weight for a female is below 21, and for a male below 22 with BMI. If we use 23 as the demarcation line between normal and overweight, then we classify 89% of Americans as being overweight. It's actually, but what I'm saying right now is it's impossible for people to eat the right amount of calories and to be comfortable with the amount of calories that keeps them at the most favorable weight for the rest of their life, because they don't focus on the nutritional quality of what they're eating. And I have a health retreat here in San Diego where people come and they get rid of their abstaining from their food addiction, from the fast food and the processed foods, so they can develop the taste muscle and lose those cravings for those addictive cravings they've developed. But nevertheless, I'm saying that when people all over the United States or the world even are following my program to lose weight, which they can lose lots of weight successfully, they're doing so by eating larger volumes of high nutrient foods to flood their body with sufficient nutrients, to control the apostat in the central nervous system. Because without the intake of those healthy foods, it's almost impossible to control the overeating behavior. And I want people to eat a large salad. Like I'm saying that raw vegetables have the most consistent and powerful association with the reduction of cancers of all types. There's more than 200 studies that document that the consumption of salad-type vegetables, lettuce and bok choy and arugula and red onion and scallion and, put all these things in a salad. We cover it with a nut and seed-based dressing. It might be a dressing made out of garlicky tomato sauce with almond butter and almonds and black fig vinegar mixed together. It might be an orange cashew sesame dressing. It might be so there's all types of different dressings that we're making. The dressings are healthy versus nuts and seeds instead of oils in the dressing. See, the American diet, they get most of their fat from either oils or animal products. On a nutritarian diet, we get most of our fat, or all of our fat, from nuts and seeds, not from animal products and processed oils. So we're using a whole food source of fat, like sesame seeds or almonds or walnuts or avocado. We're not extracting the oil from those foods, because when you eat the whole foods, you get dramatic health benefits. Matter of fact, there's more than a dozen studies that show that the inclusion of nuts and seeds in the diet reduces cardiovascular deaths by about 40%, which is more than almost any other food. And that the regular consumption of these high nutrients foods I'm talking about, each one individually reduces cancer rates by large numbers. And if we put together a dietary portfolio that includes all these foods, then we have a really tremendous power to control people's health destiny. For example, there was a study that took women who had breast cancer. And these are women who already were diagnosed with breast cancer, and they tracked them for 10 years, how much lignans they ate. Lignans are found in seeds like flax seeds and chia seeds. And those that had more than 1/3 of a milligram of lignin per day in their diet had a 71% reduced risk of dying of breast cancer over that 10-year period, compared to women who were not eating lignans in their diet. And that was just 1/3 of a milligram. A teaspoon of ground flaxseed has 7 milligrams of lignans. That's like 20 times the amount that people in the study were eating. And they did it after people already got a diagnosis of cancer, which means it lessens its effectiveness. The earlier in life you start, the more effective these things are anyway. And it still showed a 71%. And that's just from the one of the G-bombs. In other words, if we look at any intervention, onions are associated with a reduction of cancers between 50 and 80% in a large European study. Mushrooms have tremendous effects. So, with a study on mushrooms showing women who ate mushrooms 10 grams daily had a 64% lower risk of developing breast cancer. We're seeing, in other words, we're really seeing tremendous power of food nutritional excellence to enable people to live longer and control their health.